Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Data Speaks. In this video, we will continue learning Python foundations, Python basics, and we will catch up on data types. We will begin with the main data type in Python, which is string or text data type or object data type. Then next we will go through is the integer or whole number data type, which is number without decimal, the complete number. And the next one is going to be float data type or floating point number, or that will be called number with decimal. So that is one data type. Next data type we'll be covering is a Boolean data type, Boolean, and that is going to be more of true or false. Let's straight jump into that and let's start learning about each individual data type. So number one, the very first data type we'll be talking about here, I will be including some markdown as well so that you know how to design specific text section or markdown section in your Jupyter notebook. String data type here. So string data type, whenever you have the value within two quotes that can be single or double quote, let's say data science, type of the value data science, it's going to show you str stands for string. Now when you define a variable here, if you define a variable, let's say topic equals data science, if you run that, we have defined a variable topic. We have provided value called data science. If you check what type of data the topic has, it will immediately give you the string. So topic variable has string data type. And you can also see now you can create a variable topics, right? Topics, which is different than topic. So I will start writing here data science, I will say Python, I will say machine learning, AI. All of those value come under the variable topic. When we have the values within one single variable and stored inside open and close square bracket, it is called the data structure. Data structure for this variable is list. So we will be covering list. We have covered in our other videos about the data structure. So if I happen to say type of type of topics, so for now topics here, and you will see that is going to be printed as a list. But if you look at inside the list, we have the object or string or text data type. Whenever, doesn't matter if you have numbers within, so let's say 45, if you check type of numbers, it's still gonna be str, because the number even within inside these codes that will make these numbers to be the str or string data type or text data type. But if you have the data into string format and if you want to convert them without changing it over here, you can say numbers. So numbers int equals, you can say int, which is stands for integer, and pass that numbers, the variable that contains 45. And if you print that number integer, and if you see that it is going to be 45, and if you check the type of numbers int here, it's going to be integer. So by passing the int in the beginning of a variable or actual value will convert that to the format whichever you have defined here. For now we are learning integer data type, so it will convert this numbers, that is the object or integer data type, a string data type for now, which will be now converted to the integer or numerical type of data. That's how we can convert the numbers, which might be already stored as a text. We can pass int around that variable which is already stored here as a text number, that will be converted to the numerical number, which is integer type of number. So basically, the string data type in summary is whenever in Python we have the values from alphabetical number A to Z, lowercase, uppercase, all the values within the quotes, that will be considered as a string or text data type or object data type. Whenever you have an input function being called, so please provide your name, for example, and you have that value inserted as a name one. So this name one, whenever you hit run button and you say print name one, and you want to also say print type of name one, let's see what result we're getting. So I'm running that line of code and I'm providing someone's name. Let's say Robert. Okay, I'm providing Robert here, hit enter, and you can see that print name one, which has been provided as a Robert. So Robert has been printed by this line of code, and the data type here, type of name one, since it is within the quotes, input function gives you by default string or text data type. It is printing the text class or text data type in this case. So always, unless defined, every time you provide the input function, it will always by default write the values into string or text data type. Later, if it is number, you have to define specifically what data type you want to convert that value. So that is a string data type. Now the next we want to jump into is the integer or whole number. So integer in simple language, let me create a markdown here. So integer, I will put s3, I'll say integer data type, and that technically is a data type with complete number, or I would say whole number without decimal. Without decimal, that can be large negative number, large negative number to large positive number, and zero, or some small positive number, some small negative number, and anything that is not within quote. Now this number is not integer. This is string data type because it is wrapped within the quotes. All of these are integer data. So this is not integer as well. This is not integer because this has decimal values, and this is integer, this is integer, etc. Whenever you see the values that are with no decimals and no quotes, the numerical value, the numbers with no decimals and no quotes, would be the integer data type. So these are a couple of examples of the data type, which is integer data type here and here. So I want to define a variable which is called age equals 45, and count of employees we can call 100, and we can call as salary monthly equals 10,000. These numbers, if I would run that code, if I would like to check type of age, it will say int or integer. And if you check the type of count of employees, it will still say integer. This is how you can store the integers in the variables. You can store multiple integers within variable. Let's say is people for now. And I want to type 45, 34, 25, 42, 56, etc. And all of these are the integer data type. And if you want to check the type of people is people over here, if you hit run, that's going to be list of the integers. So you can extract those values from integers always by calling the specific index position. You can always convert integer into a string data type by calling that variable. Let's say salary monthly, you want to convert monthly, you want to say str equals, you want to give str a function, and you can pass salary monthly here and run that line of code. If you check now salary monthly str, you want to check the type of that data. If you run that, it is now string data type. But the salary monthly data, if you want to check the type of salary monthly, it's going to be integer data type. So since you have passed str, and if you simply print the salary monthly str, it's going to still be 10,000. However, when you want to add, let's say if you simply add salary monthly str plus salary monthly, it will throw an error because you cannot add or perform the mathematical operation in two different data type. One data type is int or integer, another one is str or string. So you cannot join or you cannot perform the mathematical operation on integer and string data type. Both of them have to be of same data type to perform the mathematical operation. That's how you can also differentiate easily how they are different and what makes them to be different. You can always later convert this str salary monthly to a numerical, and you can always do mathematical operation. But to perform the mathematical operation, the data type need to match. Both of them cannot be of different data type. So that is more on the string and also the integer data type. Next we'll be covering is the floating point data types. Whenever you see a number with decimal, so weight of a person, let's say 145.82 or 65, and we can also say temperature for just a second, temperature is going to be 32.5, and I want to also say height of someone is going to be 1.73 meters. All of these values are of the floating point number. If you check the type of weight, it's going to be float or floating point number. If you check the type of temperature, you can still see floating point number. You can always convert those different data type into another different data type. Let's say if you want to make weight to be integer, simply you can say weight int equals int weight. And if you run that, and if you check weight integer, you want to print that value, and you can see that this is 145. No more decimal available here. It's got rounded up, and it has converted to integer data type or int data type. If you check now type of weight integer, you can see that it's an integer, no more float. But we have maintained the originality of weight here. So weight is still the floating point data type, we have completely created the new copy of the weight that is integer, but we have not modified the original variable weight to be the integer data type. So that's how you are retaining originality of the data, and also you are creating a new variable with the new value, and that is integer of weight. So simply, and you can create a list of the floating point number. You can store multiple floating point values, and you can store as a list, as a dictionary, and we have covered those different data structure into the another video. Let's introduce a new data type here, which is called Boolean data type. Boolean data type contain two values, true and false. Whenever you see the values true and false in Python, one is true and another one is false. They are already predefined values in Python. Whenever you see these values, you will by default understand those are the Boolean. Print true, print false, and now you will also take the type of true, Boolean, BOOL, type of false, that's also Boolean. So whenever you see these two values, these are Boolean data type. I want to compare the values of two variables. I want to say the number 1 equals 5, number 2 equals 10, and I will see if those, and as of now, let's say for now I do not know what values are within number 1 and number 2. I want to check if value in number 1 equals to the value of number 2, and it will say false here. And that's what is the Boolean data type. If you have a large size of data, and if you want to convert two different data frames, values of two different data frames, and you want to create some sort of comparison between two values or two variables, then you can perform those Boolean operation. You can get the Boolean output, either that is true or false. These Boolean operations, Boolean values, are being used across different use cases, including machine learning, predictions, like if the spam equals true or spam equals false, transaction of credit card is fraudulent transaction being true or fraudulent transaction being false. There are many use cases you can use the Boolean data type, and here also you can say 5 equals 10, it will still give you false. 5 equals 5, it will still give true, etc. And you can say name equals, so name, string data type name equals name and capital. If you run that, it's gonna give you false. But if you go back and change this to be lowercase n, it's gonna give you true. So this will help you to compare the quality of two values or existence of two values within variables or values themselves. It is really powerful way of using and validating your results and comparing if certain condition falls true or certain condition falls into the false category. That's how the Boolean data type is used, and it is used across different use cases, and really powerful one to be used with in the many use cases of data science and machine learning projects. This was a good overview to look at different data type. Now the next we will be covering is data structure. Thank you for watching this video, and please, if you have not subscribed my YouTube channel, please feel free to subscribe and turn on that notification button, so that if whenever I upload a video, which is very frequently, you will get instant notification, and there is always something exciting to learn, something new to learn. Thank you for watching. I'll see you there in next video.